Happy Friday everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Rift Amps. Right, so sorry we didn't have a video last week. We had another bank holiday Monday. I just completely forgot to get stuff done. But I have been busy, got lots done. Do you remember the Aynsley Lister build? Well, Aynsley came yesterday, which was Thursday, to sign this one off. All happy with it, just a couple of minor tweaks to get it where it needs to be. So I'm just in the process of converting this to 120 volts, make the changes that Aynsley requested, and then when the cabinet arrives we can get that done and shipped off. But that is that one done. I've also started on a new build that for a model that we haven't done in a very long time, and that was the Hawker. Some of you may remember the Hawker. I'll put a picture of it up on the screen now. Now we had a customer phone up one of our dealers and ask if we would build one for him, and I said of course we would. It'd have to be as a custom order, and he said no problem. Well, let's do something cool with it. And rather than having it as a combo, he's having it as a head and cab in the British Racing green and basket weave with gold bits and bobs, like our Aynsley demo model is, which I think will look really cool actually. So I'm actually quite excited because I haven't built this circuit in a while. It's been good to revisit it, have a look at it and say, actually, is there anything that might make this amplifier even better than it used to be? Can we make any improvements? Are there any things in there that we might want to change? So I was doing the board on Wednesday, sorting out the new layout for it. So and I've got a really nice set of transformers. I've had what am I trying to say? God, I can't even talk. I've managed to source a really nice set of transformers that will work great for it. So my only the only thing I'm not sure on yet is the original Hawker ran KT66s. Now, I have a feeling that if we run 6 L6s in this circuit, which is actually quite a similar sounding valve, not identical but similar, and we make some tonal changes, we can actually make this amplifier sound even better than it did before. So I'm seriously considering running 6 L6s in this Hawker build. So yeah, really looking forward to that. Obviously I'll show you progress updates as we go. So what I've actually got coming up, I've got the Hawker build, we've got the Black Hawk, got a Black Hawk to do. One PR, that's Americana, there for a guy in America. It's another PR, I think that's PR 35. And then of course we've got the million Aynsley Lister to build as well. So yeah, lots to do. Right, so do you remember the Deluxe 22 that came in? Well, the rebuild is now complete. All done to our latest specs. It's now powered on, tubes are in, valves are in, and it's running on the test bench. We're driving it with a 150 millivolt RMS 1 kilohertz sine wave, as usual, into an 8-ohm load. There's the output sine wave on the scope. That's just at the point of clipping. You can see on the lower peak there, just about to clip. And it's putting out 14.4 volts RMS into 8 ohms. 40, so let's call it 14.5. 14.5 squared divided by 8 is 26.3 watts. So we are just over where it should be at 22 watts. I mean, 22 watts will be 13.2, 13.3. If I set it to 13.2 there, it's nice and clean. So that's a lovely output sine wave. Just bring it back up again to it's just where it's starting to clip. Got a half power switch on this one, pentode triode, nice and easy. When I flick that, you'll see the output drops down to 8.8 volts, which puts us somewhere around 9.5 watts output. Perfect, exactly what we want to see. So, 2 channels in this, as you know. Channel 1, volume, treble, bass. Channel 2, volume, treble, bass, reverb, speed, and intensity for the tremolo circuit. Everything's working fine. It's been burning in now on the bench for... it had a couple of hours yesterday, and it's going to get a couple more hours today. I'm happy with it. It sounds great. So all I've got to do now is pop the control plates back on, front and rear, knobs on, and then I can load it in the cabinet and give it a final play test in the cab and make sure everything is as it should be. But that's a good result on that one. Really happy with it. Exactly what this amplifier needed, and it sounds great. So, as one Aynsley build is finished, this is the one that you saw last week, or the week before, we're on to another one. I've started mounting the sockets, and now I'm going to put in the power valve, the octal sockets. We like to use the Beltons for the Novels, and the ceramic ones for the power valves, just because these resist the heat a bit better, so they'll last longer. But there you go. So I'm just going to install those, and then thinking about transformers and all the other bits that go on it. Just like we did with that one. Doing this one. We also had this turn up yesterday, which is, of course, a Fender Hot Rod Deluxe. This one has come in for a channel switching issue. Now, for those that don't know, Hot Rod Deluxes, there are 2 channels. Oh look, reverb tank's flapping. Need to fix that for him. Sorry, yeah, there are 2 channel switching issues on this. One of them is that it won't switch at all. So that's one issue, and that's caused by one thing. And the other issue is that it will switch channels of its own accord, which is caused by something else. And that's the case on this one, is that it will just randomly change channels when he's playing it, which of course is no good. So he said there are he's seen some components on the board that look quite burnt. So hopefully there's no damage to the PCB itself, but we've got to get that looked at and sorted. Do you remember the Tweed Hot Rod Deluxe that's down there? The one that's got the weird sound. I've still got to get onto that because I think I know what the issue is. I think it's the plate resistors in the preamp section. I was doing some research online, and it seems to be a pretty common fault, but I don't think it's one I've come across before. So anyway, we need to get onto that, but the customer's in no rush. But this one, the customer is in a rush, so we're going to push it forward in the queue and try and get that repaired. And then that should be us done. So, once again, thank you very much for watching. Again, apologise for no video last week. Have a really, really good weekend. The weather's looking amazing, so If you haven't started mowing your lawns, get your lawnmower out and get that done. And I shall see you all next week. Oh, actually, just after this, I'm going to put some time-lapse video on of me building an Aynsley circuit board, eyelet board, so you'll see that process start to finish from me cutting the board from the blank, putting the eyelets in, and then populating it with stuff. So make sure you stay and watch that at the end. Right, thanks for watching. Goodbye.